Right, are they going to learn? Goodness me, no. Last of Us ratings are in and they're terrible. The finale is really, really, really bad. I did a video yesterday where I kind of discussed where they were going with The Last of Us Season 3. All going to be focused on Abby. And I mentioned the ratings, but they weren't actually in at the time of recording that video. I just said, yeah, like the ratings were down because they had been like across the board consecutively. But now the figures are in. I mean, they're truly bad. Truly bad. So let's take a look. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Turn those bell notifications on. Can't grow the channel without you. And I would really appreciate your help. So, I mean, this is fascinating. And it goes into the issue with Hollywood and... well, yeah, I mean, I guess Hollywood and just kind of mainstream media in general is that this weird subversive push that they've been doing for a lot of stuff, a lot of narratives, all about subversion. There's a few things to kind of consider here, I guess, in this discussion, is that The Last of Us Part 2, the game, was highly controversial and quite maligned by fans. People didn't really like it, and they didn't like it for some key elements in the narrative choices. Now, when they announced they were going to make the game into a show, it was always going to be an interesting one to see whether they doubled down or whether they learned their lesson, because lots of people go, well, of course they were going to follow it. It's an adaptation. Of course they were. Well, no, not true, actually. I mean, Marvel, for instance, the MCU, they take the core concept, the core idea of a comic book storyline and adapt it. And actually, they adapt it sometimes to the negative, right? That's what Marvel tends to do. But they do change a lot of things. An adaptation is an adaptation. You can change it. It's adapted from it. It's not a retelling. It's an adaptation. So it was always going to be a surprise, I guess, just to see, you know, these fascinating things. To be like, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it? And they did it. Like season 2, episode 2, they killed Joel. And from there, my God, the hate flowed from everyone. And rightly so. Because HBO and Neil Druckmann, Craig Mazin, everyone involved in the sort of creative elements and also the financing elements behind this show, they bet really big on Pedro Pascal. Rightly, although I say wrongly, but rightly because he has a lot of fans. Wrongly because he's a soy boy, and I hate seeing his face everywhere nowadays. But that's a conversation for another day. And when you bet big on one singular star to sell your show, and then you kill him because that's the character, you got to expect some backlash. You've got to expect some backlash. But they didn't. They didn't expect it. Randomly. I don't understand how or why. It's mental. It's absolutely mental. But what is so funny about it, is it's the narrative, right? It's the narrative choices. The narrative in the game fell apart when you kill one of the key characters. I know, shock horror. But exactly the same happened with the series. People that haven't even played the game, they just watched the show and they were like, nah, this is garbage. What are you doing? Because these kind of subversive takes on narrative structure and storylines, they're universally maligned. It's not a political thing. People just like certain narrative choices because certain storylines make sense. Certain storylines don't, and they become really repugnant. So let's take a look, because this is shockingly bad. The Last of Us finale reaches 3.7 million viewers, which is down 30% from the premiere. And it says this, though Season 2 is averaging above Season 1. Is it, though? Let's take a look. Shall we? Let's take a look. So The Last of Us Season 2 came to a close Sunday night, pulling in 3.7 million viewers across all platforms. That marks a 30% drop from the Season 2 premiere, which reached 5.3 million viewers back in April. Now they say this, however, Season 2 overall is outperforming Season 1, tallying roughly 37 million viewers per episode to date, up from 32 million average viewers reached by Season 1 after 90 days of viewing. On what? Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey lead the cast of The Last of Us, only one of them does, which was an instant hit upon its release back in January of 2023. The show had the second most watched HBO premiere in a decade, and then followed it up with the largest ever increase between a series' first and second episode, with a jump of 5.7 million viewers. Now, this phenomenon of it growing actually happened with The Penguin as well, which was really, really good, to be honest. It's quite unusual. So, The Last of Us Season 1 finale amassed 32 million viewers after 90 days of its release. And then you got, basically now we've got, a different one, right? So, Season 2, Episode 1 has reached what? Well, apparently an average 37 million viewers. I don't know whether I 100% buy into this, to be fair. I mean, 5.7 million viewers. They're trying to say, well, it's Memorial Day, that's why. And they're like, yeah, we expect it to grow. That potential for growth is evidenced by the fact that Season 2 is already amassing more average viewers over time than Season 1. According to HBO, Season 2 is tallying nearly... according to HBO. Yeah. But by all metrics, publicly reviewing, people hate this. So I don't buy into this, quite frankly. But yeah, tallying nearly 37 million global viewers. How are you totaling that? How are you figuring that out? How are you working out that metric? And also global, again, how are you working that out? Because we don't have HBO globally. So are you sort of extrapolating it? Because there's markers for error within that. So the Season 1 premiere eventually went on to generate nearly 32 million viewers in 90 days post-premiere, which is the largest audience for an HBO and Max debut season ever. Yeah, I don't know if I buy it. Last of Us has seen an influx of viewership to the series, exceeding 90 million viewers since Season 1 ended. So that'll be why, is that there's more people watching it in general. Not more people are watching Season 2, more people are watching The Last of Us as a total. That's, I would imagine. So the overnight live viewers being down is still a bad thing. So far, the series has yet to surpass the audience record set by the Season 1 finale, for which 8.2 million tuned in. I mean, that's still that's huge. That's huge as a drop-off. What? Variety's doing some spin. Season 1 to Season 2 season finales, I mean, it's a drop-off of 3 million, basically, between them. That's insane. That is insane. Also, hilariously enough, did they list the Episode 1? I think Episode 1... oh, no, but they say only 3.1 million viewers. So the Season 2 premiere was 5.3. My God, it's even worse. Sorry, I misread. It's even worse. So Season 2 premiere episodes of 5.3 million viewers. But... oh my God. So the premiere was 5.3, sorry. The end was 3.7. But the end of Season 1 was 8.2. So it's nearly 5 million less. Well, that's like 4.5, isn't it? Holy shit, that's bad. Wow. How on earth can you spin this as a positive? Just because people are watching it on catch-up. Wow, that's really bad. Dear God, that's way worse than I thought. There you go. 4.5 million. Less. For Season 1 and Season 2 finales. Oh! Bad times. And 3 million less from the Season 1 finale to the Season 2 premiere. How anyone can spin this as a positive is beyond me. This show is dead. It will continue. But my God, that's bad. Those ratings suck.